Hey, so you want to dive into web development, but maybe you're not sure where to start? I get it, there's a ton of jargon out there, and everyone seems to be tossing around words like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript like they're candy. Let's break it down, keep it simple, and get you started the right way. First up, HTML. Think of HTML as the skeleton of every website. It's the code that tells your browser, hey, this is a heading, that's a paragraph, and over here's an image. If you've ever right-clicked on a web page and hit View Source, you've seen HTML in action. It's not scary, it's just a list of instructions for how things should show up on your screen. But let's be real, a skeleton by itself doesn't look too exciting, right? That's where CSS steps in. CSS is like the stylist for your website. It chooses the colors, the fonts, the layout, and even adds a bit of flair with things like animations and transitions. Want your buttons to pop or your background to fade in? That's CSS working its magic. Now let's talk about JavaScript. If HTML is the skeleton and CSS is the style, JavaScript is the muscle. It makes things move and react. Clicking a button and seeing a pop-up, filling out a form and getting instant feedback. That's JavaScript making your site come alive and interact with your users. Here's the cool part. You don't have to be a genius or a math whiz to start. In fact, some of the most creative web developers I know started out just like you. Curious, maybe a bit overwhelmed, but willing to learn. You can build your first website with just a text editor and a web browser, no fancy software needed. And here's a quick pro tip. Don't get stuck trying to memorize everything. Google is your friend, and so are online courses. The internet is basically one big playground for web development, and the only way to learn is to roll up your sleeves and start building. So if you're ready to turn your ideas into real websites, sites that look great and actually do stuff, start with the basics. Learn HTML to build the foundation, CSS to make it look good, and JavaScript to make it interactive. And hey, if you want a structured guide, check out the beginner courses on this site. You'll be surprised how fast you can pick things up, and before you know it, you'll be building websites you're proud to share. Alright, that's your first step into web development. Hit that like button if you're ready to start coding, and I'll see you in the next one.